10 years of marriage, an unbreakable bond, and a love story that felt bulletproof, all shattered in a single, devastating moment inside a luxury hotel room. Bunny XO walked in expecting her husband, but instead, she caught Jelly Roll red-handed, intimately close with 2 other women. This wasn't a misunderstanding, and it wasn't a mistake. It was the ultimate betrayal that exposed a secret double life. For years, Bunny XO had been his fiercest defender, publicly shutting down every accusation thrown his way. But this brutal discovery instantly broke her trust forever. The hard facts reveal that this hotel incident was just the tip of the iceberg, uncovering a long-standing pattern of secret meetings and ongoing contact with multiple women behind her back. Now, the legal papers have been filed, the ring is off, and a 10-year marriage has collapsed into absolute chaos. We are stripping away the noise to give you the exact, cold hard facts of the hotel room confrontation, the hidden betrayals, and the devastating reality of how Jelly Roll's secret life completely destroyed Bunny XO's world. The fairy tale did not just fade away, it collided headfirst with a brutal reality that left everyone searching for answers. To truly understand how a bond this powerful could disintegrate in a matter of hours, you have to look at the massive foundation that was laid before the chaos. For a solid decade, Jelly Roll and Bunny XO were viewed as the ultimate definition of an unbreakable partnership. Their love story was born in the trenches of struggle, long before the sold-out arenas, the massive award show sweeps, and the multi-million-dollar empire. They frequently spoke about how they rescued one another from the darkest chapters of their respective pasts, building a life together that seemed completely impenetrable from the outside. When they stood side by side on international red carpets, their affection was undeniable, and the chemistry was radiant. Jelly Roll openly credited his wife for saving his life, stating repeatedly in major interviews that without her fierce loyalty and grounding presence, his career would have collapsed before it even started. They were a team, a unified front, and a symbol of absolute devotion. Because of this massive public and private history, the sudden downfall of their relationship did not just cause a ripple, it triggered a massive, devastating shockwave. The turning point that changed everything occurred inside a high-end, exclusive luxury hotel, a setting that quickly transformed from a place of relaxation into the epicenter of a massive scandal. According to highly detailed reports, Jelly Roll was caught completely off guard in a situation that left absolutely no room for interpretation or excuses. Bunny XO walked directly into a room where she discovered her husband intimately close with 2 other women. The scene was an absolute nightmare, delivering a profound, immediate shock to a wife who had dedicated a decade of her life to protecting his name. There were no misunderstandings, no gray areas, and no plausible explanations to smooth things over. The physical reality of what she witnessed painted a devastating picture of deception right before her eyes. For a woman who had invested her entire heart, soul, and career into backing her husband, seeing the man she worshipped in such a compromised state with 2 strangers was an unimaginable emotional blow. It was the kind of moment where time stops and the entire trajectory of a person's life changes in a single heartbeat. The sheer audacity of the act, taking place away from home in a space that was supposed to be secure, made the sting of the betrayal infinitely worse. This sudden confrontation was a lethal blow to the marriage because it directly targeted the one thing that kept them together through thick and thin: absolute, unwavering trust. Over the course of their 10-year marriage, Bunny XO had established herself as an impenetrable shield for Jelly Roll. Whenever the pressures of the music industry brought scrutiny, and whenever outside forces attempted to tear him down, she was always the very first person to step up to the microphone and defend his honor. She had spent years actively shutting down whispers, aggressively dismissing allegations, and standing firmly as his most vocal protector. She trusted his word completely, believing that their shared history and deep emotional connection would always keep him faithful. Her trust was not passive, it was a fierce, active choice she made every single day to believe in him despite the chaotic nature of the entertainment world. But seeing the undeniable evidence with her own eyes completely shattered that shield. The trust that had taken a decade to meticulously build, piece by piece, was completely demolished in a matter of seconds. It became instantly clear that the loyalty she had so fiercely given was not being reciprocated, leaving her standing alone in the wreckage of a broken promise. The immediate aftermath of the hotel room confrontation brought an even darker, more sinister reality to light. As the initial shock began to settle, a deeper investigation into what had actually transpired revealed that this devastating incident was not an isolated mistake. It was not a weak moment brought on by the chaotic lifestyle of a touring musician, nor was it a one-time lapse in judgment. The unfolding facts painted a calculated, systematic picture of betrayal that ran far deeper than a single night in a luxury hotel. Bunny XO was forced to confront the agonizing truth that the man she shared her life with had been maintaining a secret double life right under her nose. A detailed review of records, private communications, and timelines uncovered a long-standing pattern of deception that had been ongoing for an extended period. Jelly Roll had been actively engaging in multiple secret meetings and maintaining continuous contact with several different women across the country. This wasn't just about the two women in the hotel room. It was about an entire hidden network of infidelity that completely mocked the sanctity of their 10-year marriage. The revelation of these ongoing meetings completely recontextualized the entire history of their relationship. Every single time Jelly Roll was away on the road, every late-night studio session, and every unaccounted-for hour suddenly became a source of profound betrayal. The deliberate nature of his actions showed a shocking level of calculation. Arrangements were made, texts were sent, and logistics were handled, all while maintaining the public facade of a devoted, deeply in-love husband. For Bunny XO, this was the ultimate psychological blow. It meant that the cheating wasn't just a physical act. It was a continuous lifestyle choice that required constant lying and manipulation to keep hidden. The sheer scale of the deception proved that the respect within the marriage had evaporated long before the confrontation ever took place. Each secret meeting was a conscious decision to risk their future, their empire, and her emotional well-being for temporary gratification. The betrayal was woven into the very fabric of his daily routine, turning their shared home and their shared memories into a massive, elaborate illusion. As these hidden layers continued to peel back, the emotional toll on Bunny XO reached an absolute breaking point. Facing the reality of multiple women and an ongoing cycle of unfaithfulness completely drained her ability to fight for the relationship. The fierce loyalty that defined her for a decade was suddenly met with the coldest form of rejection. It became completely undeniable that the man she had fiercely protected from the world was the very person she needed protection from. The realization that her trust had been weaponized against her, used as a tool to keep her blind while the infidelity continued, made reconciliation completely impossible. There was no path forward, no apology deep enough, and no excuse plausible enough to mend a bond that had been so thoroughly and systematically destroyed. The foundation of their life together had not just cracked, it had completely turned to ash. With the hard facts laid out before her, the finality of the situation became crystal clear. The curtain had officially fallen on their 10-year love story, leaving nothing left to do but take the ultimate legal step to sever the bond forever. The collapse of the marriage quickly shifted from private heartbreak to a high-stakes legal reality. Bunny XO wasted absolutely no time in taking decisive action, recognizing that the betrayal was too deep to ever look back. Legal representatives were brought in, and the process of drafting the divorce papers began with an intense, calculated focus. This wasn't just a simple separation, it was the systematic dismantling of a massive joint empire that the couple had spent a decade building together. From shared properties and intellectual rights to massive financial assets generated during their rise to fame, every single detail had to be legally untangled. Bunny XO approached the situation with a cold, resolute determination, removing her wedding ring and completely cutting off the emotional ties that had bound her to Jelly Roll for 10 long years. The paperwork filed in the court system signaled the absolute point of no return. There were no requests for mediation, no pauses for counseling, and no back-and-forth negotiations for a second chance. The filing was a definitive, permanent statement that the partnership was dead. As the legal machinery moved forward, the contrast between Jelly Roll's public persona and his private actions became impossible to ignore. The man who had built a massive brand around the themes of redemption, honesty, and overcoming a dark past was now facing a devastating reality of his own making. The hotel room confrontation and the subsequent exposure of his secret double life completely shattered the pristine image of the reformed family man. For Bunny XO, the process of moving through the legal system was a grueling test of resilience. She had to sit through meetings, review documents, and face the stark, clinical reality of her marriage being reduced to paragraphs on legal stationery. Yet, through it all, she maintained an ironclad posture, refusing to let the weight of the heartbreak crush her public dignity. The fast-paced legal maneuvers sent a clear message to the world and to Jelly Roll himself. The fierce protection she once offered him was officially gone, replaced by an unwavering commitment to protect herself and her own future. The finality of the situation left a profound mark on everyone who had followed their journey from the very beginning. A 10-year love story that had survived poverty, legal troubles, and the overwhelming pressures of sudden, massive fame could not survive the cancer of systematic deception. The luxury hotel incident will forever stand as the exact moment the music stopped, exposing a reality that no one saw coming. Bunny XO's journey ahead is one of complete reinvention, stepping away from the shadow of a cheating husband and reclaiming her own independent narrative. Meanwhile, Jelly Roll is left to deal with the permanent fallout of his choices, carrying the heavy weight of knowing that his own actions completely leveled the most important relationship of his life. The fairy tale has officially concluded, not with a happy ending, but with a stack of signed legal documents, separate lives, and the cold, hard truth that once trust is completely destroyed, it can never, ever be rebuilt. The ultimate betrayal has been exposed, the legal papers have been filed, and an empire built on a decade of trust has officially turned to ash. Bunny XO walked away with her dignity intact, leaving Jelly Roll to face the devastating consequences of a secret double life that completely destroyed the most important relationship of his existence. But a scandal this massive doesn't just stop at the courthouse door. As the dust begins to settle on this luxury hotel room confrontation, new details are continuing to surface every single day regarding the secret meetings, the hidden text messages, and the true extent of the deception that went on behind closed doors for years. The fairy tale is over, but the full truth is only just beginning to unravel, and you cannot afford to miss a single second of what happens next. Now, the choice is entirely yours. Do you believe that a 10-year marriage could have been saved if the truth had come out sooner, or was this systemic betrayal simply too deep for Bunny XO to ever look back? Drop your exact thoughts and reactions directly in the comment section below. We want to know exactly where you stand on this massive breakdown of trust. If you want to stay completely ahead of the curve and get the absolute fastest, most accurate updates on this high-stakes celebrity divorce as it unfolds in real time, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to smash the notification bell so you never miss an exclusive, deep dive breakdown of the biggest stories shaping the entertainment world today. Thank you so much for watching. Keep your eyes locked right here, and we will see you in the very next video.